So today is the Akshaya Tritiyai day, a very, very important day to earn a lot of punyam. Normally, people associate Akshaya Tritiyai to buy gold, right? But Akshaya Tritiyai is not a day for consumption. Akshaya Tritiyai is a day for contribution. Because when we see our Shastra, Akshaya Tritiyai Yatvesha Gurushardula Vaishakhe Masivai Tithihi Tritiya Sakshaya Loke Girvanair Abhinandita Yatkinchid Dhiyate Danam Swalpam Va Yediva Bahu Tatsarvam Akshayam Syat Vaiteneyam Akshaya Smrita Tatsarvam Akshayam Syadvai Teneyam Akshaya Smrita says Bhavishya Purana. Yatvaya Kurushardula Vaishakhe Masi Vaititihi Tritiyasa Akshaya Loke. So this Tritiya day, Yatkinchid Diyate Danam Swalpam Va Yediva Bahu. So whatever you give on today, whatever you give on the Akshaya Tritiyai day, Swalpam Va Yediva Bahu. Even it can be 1 rupee or it can be a lot of money. Shastra says, Tat Sarvam Akshayam Syatvai. Whatever you give on that day, you will never be deprived of that for the rest of your life. If you give water to other people, because this is the day where it is, in India, we'll have scorching sun on this day, right? So people will normally do Udhaka Danam. Udhakam means tanni, neermor pandal, tannir pandal, abdinu vappanga. So if you give water, you will never be you will never have a deficiency of water in your entire life. Even if you are in Madras, you will get water, lots of water. If you get money, if you give money on that day, you will be receiving a lot of money for the rest of your life. Tatsarvam akshayam syadvai teneyam akshaya smrita athanyam api vakshyami tritiyam sarvakamadam yasyam dattam Hutam Japtam Sarvam Bhavati Chakshayam Vaishakhe Shuklapakshetu Tritiya Yairuposhita Akshayam Phalamapnoti Sarvasya Sukrutasya Cha Tritiyam Sarvakamadam. So on this Akshaya Tritiya day, whatever you do, that is going to be Akshayam. Kshayam means deprivation. Kshayam means deficiency. Akshayam, you will never have a dearth of that thing. Whatever that thing, dattam. Whatever you give on that day, you will never be deprived of that thing you give. Hutam, people have to do auspicious things on Akshaya Tritiya day. Hutam means doing any homam. So any homa that you do on that day will give Akshaya Phalam. Japtam, whatever japam that you do on that day, it is going to give you Ananta Phala. Normally what we say when you do japam on a Surya Grahanam day, it is going to be this much fold. Like we say, right, Mahodaya Punyakalam, Ardhodaya Punyakalam. So whenever we do japam on that time, it is going to give you a lot of phalam. We say, right, in the same way, when you do any japam on the Akshaya Tritiya day, whatever the japam that you do, you are going to be, you will get a lot of benefit from that japam, says the shloka. So it is not only dhanam, but also whatever puja, whatever japam, whatever that you do on Akshaya Tritiya day will give you a lot of phalam. Sahasra gunitam dhanam Bhaved dattam yugadishu Vaishakhe shuklapakshechu Tritiyayancha bhamini Snatvatu tarpayed bhaktya Tiladarba jalaif priye Shraddham kritam bhavettena Gangayam natra samshayaha, says the shloka. In Skandam it says, whatever that you do on Yugadi day, there are 4 Yugadi, 4 Yugam, right? And we have 4 Yugadi day. Whatever you do on all of these 4 Yugadi day, Sahasra Gunitam Dhanam, whatever Dhanam that you give, it is going to be multiplied by 1000. But if you do it on Akshaya Tritiya day, because Akshaya Tritiya is the first day of Krita Yuga. Akshaya Tritiya is the Yugadi of Krita Yuga. If you do on Akshaya Tritiya day, then it is Akshaya Phalam. Because it is on Akshaya Tritiya day, it is Akshaya Phalam. It is also a Pitru Tarpanam day. You can also do Pitru Tarpanam on Akshaya Tritiya day. Vedam says, Ahamanna manna madantamadmi ahaggashlokakrit ahamasmi prathamajarutasya Purvam devebhyo amritasya na bhai yo ma dadati sayideva ma vaha ahamanna madantamadmi yo ma dadati sayideva ma vaha Ahamannavanna madantamadmi annam bahukuru vita. So Shastra says about a peculiar way of saving things. Normally, if you want to save money, what will you do? If I want to save money, common knowledge is I should not give that money to somebody else. Parahaste dhanam, parahasta vashe dhanam, it is not mine. So when I give my own money to somebody else, then it is not my money. He will not give that money back to me when I want, right? But Shastra says, hey, the best way to save annam, annam, it is just a pratikam. Best way to save money is to give others. Says Shastra, the more you give money to others, the more dhanam you do, the more you will be receiving, says Shastra. The more dhanam you give, the more money, the more amount of money, whatever the dhanam you gave, you will be receiving, says Shastra. Because in Taittiriya Upanishad, Vedam says that Madhyato nagum radham, madhyato sma annagum radhyate. So, in Tamil, normally we say something called as kuduthu vechavan. If somebody is very fortunate, if somebody has got a lot of things, whatever things that they need in their life, if somebody has got, we normally say, what is meant by kuduthu vechavan? Upanishad says, what is meant by kuduthu vechavan? Means kuduthu vechavan. You have already given dhanam of that object in your previous janma. That is why you have access to that object in this janma. You have already given dhanam of that thing in your previous janma. That is why you are having access to that object in this janma. That is what Upanishad says. That is what Veda says. If you give early in your life, in previous janma, If you give early in your life, then in this Janma, you will also receive early. If you give in the middle part in your life, you will also receive only in the middle part. But if you give later part in your life in your previous Janma, you will also receive things only in the later part. Etadvai mukhato nagum radham mukhato sma annagum radhyate etadvai madhyato nagum radham madhyato sma annagum radhyate etadva antato nagum radham antato sma annagum radhyate. If you give early in your life, etadvai mukhataha annagum radham. If you do annadanam early in your life, you will get annam early in this life. If you do annadanam only in the middle part of your previous life, you will also receive annam only in the middle part. If you give annadanam only in the later part of your life, only in the later part of your life, you will get a lot of money. I'm not saying, Taittiriya Upanishad is saying, and Akshaya Tritiyai is a great day to do any dhanam. And we have a solid proof for that. What is that solid proof? It comes right in our Acharya Charitram. Kanakadhara Stotram is the first stotram that was written by Adi Shankaracharya. He did not even get sannyasa. He did not even get sannyasa. Those days, all the brahmacharis, they only do Gurukula Vasam. There was no school in those days. They all go to their guru's house. They all stay in guru's house. They all do Sisrusha for their guru. And they will all have to go to Bhiksha. So all these kids, just close your eyes and you can visualize all these things. Lot of small kids. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years kids. They all are clean, neatly shaven. They have all this kuchukudimi. And then they all go to everybody's house. They say, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. Everybody goes. They get Bhiksha. They collect all those Bhiksha. And then they give the Bhiksha to their Guru Patni. And the Guru Patni will cook. And then that is what they will all eat. So one day, Adi Shankaracharya also went for this Bhiksha on this Akshaya Tritiyai day. He went to this Bhiksha. He went to old Brahmana's house and he says, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. That was an Akshaya Tritiyai day. But this poor Brahmin, he was so poor, they did not even have any food to eat on that day. And this Brahmana lady, this Brahmana Stri, she was so sad by looking at Acharya's face because Acharya is like brimming with tejas. No Medavi Bhuyasam, Tejasvi Bhuyasam, Varchasvi Bhuyasam, Brahma Varchasi Bhuyasam, Ayushman Bhuyasam, Annado Bhuyasam, Swasti Bhuyasam. All the brahmachari, they do Trikala Sandhyavandanam, and then they do Samhita in the morning and in the evening. Acharya has just finished Sandhyavandanam and Samhita. In Samhita they do Homa with Samit in the Agni, and then they take the Bhasma of that Samit. They say Medhavi Bhuyasam, Tejasvi Bhuyasam, Varchasvi Bhuyasam. They will take, that Samit Bhasma and then they make a paste out of it. They say, okay, I want Medha, I want Varchas, I want Brahma Varchas, I want Dirgha Ayuhu, everything I want. So this is a great prayer for a brahmachari. Acharya has finished that. He was brimming with Brahma Varchas, he was brimming with Tejas. And he was standing in front of this poor Brahmin's house asking Bhavati Bhikshandehi. This Brahmana Stri could not resist. They don't have anything in their house. All she had was a dried amla. Amlana theriyum illaya, nellika. All she had was a Nellika fruit that they have saved for eating on Dwadashi day. Everybody should observe Ekadashi Vratam. And on Dwadashi day, everybody has to eat certain things. They have to eat amla. They have to eat sundakkai. Like that, there is a list which they have to eat and they should not eat on the Dwadashi day. This old Brahmana Stri, she has saved a amla to eat on Dwadasi day, but by looking at Acharya, she could not resist. She donated that amla that she had to Acharya. Now Acharya, he looked at that Brahmana Stri. He was filled with compassion. Right? Acharya is filled with that compassion. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. That is what the shloka of our Acharya, right? He is not only an embodiment of Shruti, Smriti and Puranam. Shruti, Smriti, Purananam Alayam. He is an embodiment of Shruti, Vedas, Smriti, Dharma Shastras and Itihasas and Puranas. But he is also an embodiment of compassion. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram. I offer my namaskaras to that Bhagavatpada Shankara. Loka Sham Karam. Sham means Mangalam. Who does Mangalam to all the Loka. Sham Mangalam Karoti iti Shankaraha, says the Vatya. So that person who only does auspicious things to others is called as Shankaraha. And Acharya's Loka Shankaraha, right? He does auspicious for the entire world. So he was brimming with compassion. So extempore Acharya sang this shloka called as Kanakadhara Stotram. Remember, we saw in the Vedam, it says, Etadvai mukhato onnagum radham mukhatosma annagum radhyate Etadvai madhyato onnagum radham madhyatosma annagum radhyate Etadva antato onnagum radham antatosma annagum radhyate. The time between giving and receiving is one janma. If you give early in the previous janma, you will receive early. If you give late in your previous janma, you will receive late. That is what is Veda says. That is what is Bhagavat Agnya. But Shankaracharya, he is talking with Mahalakshmi. So he sang this Kanakadhara Stotram. Mahalakshmi was so happy. She came right in front of Acharya. They are arguing with each other. Mahalakshmi says, hey Acharya Shankara, because Shankara Sakshat, right? Acharya is an avataram of Parameshwara. Hey Parameshwara, why did you call me? Asks Mahalakshmi. Acharya says, hey Mahalakshmi, you know what she has done. The Amla is her entire property and she gave that to me, that too on an Akshaya Tritiyai day. So, as per Purana Vakya, she should have Akshaya Phalam, right? So, give her lot of money, says Acharya. But Mahalakshmi says, hey Shankaracharya, hey Bhagavan, ungalukku theriyadhu onnume illa. There is nothing that you don't know. Even Vedas says, you composed Vedas. Vedas says the time distance between giving and receiving is one janma. I cannot fructify her punyam on this janma. I am going to give her a lot of money, but that is only in the next janma. Only when she is about similar age, she will be receiving lot of money. Now I cannot do nothing doing, said Mahalakshmi. Acharya asks Mahalakshmi. He pleads to Mahalakshmi, right? Hey Mahalakshmi, whatever you say is correct. I have wrote like that in the Vedas. But there should be a phalam, for giving things on Akshaya Tritiya day to a sannyasi. I am just not a sannyasi, but I am Parameshwara himself. There should be a palam, right? Lakshmi accepts, yes, there is a palam. I don't deny that. Why cannot you fructify that palam? Lakshmi says, என்ன திரும்ப திரும்ப பேசுறேன் நீங்க அப்படின்ட்டா. நான் சொன்னதே திரும்பி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேளே. நீங்க தானே சொன்னேன் ஒரு வருஷம் ஒரு ஜன்மம் ஆகணும் அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் பலம்னு. Acharya says, hey Mahalakshmi, because today is Akshaya Tritiya day, I am going to make an exception for this lady. What is that exception? Anyhow, she is going to get more money, right? Why can't you give her right now? You know, we have post-dated checks, right? When you go, when you take money, that will be a date, right? You can predate the check whenever the government gives arrears. So the government will say, okay, we have raised the DA for from 6% to 8% or 10%. Their dearness allowance is raised. And the dearness allowance will be given from 2020. Now it is 2023. But we will give dearness allowance from 2020. We will calculate. We will do all the back calculation. And then we will give it from that year. We will back calculate, right? In the same way, Acharya says, why cannot you back calculate? If governments can do back calculation, why cannot you do that? Do that. I don't know what you are going to do. I want you to give her lots of money. So Ambal said, okay, I will give her some money. She said, what is that some money they received? It is a golden shower of amlas. All she gave was just only one small amla, but because it is an Akshaya Tritiya day, to a sannyasi, to Adi Shankaracharya himself, immediately she received a shower of golden amlas. So that much importance is there, that much importance the process of doing dhanam has got on Akshaya Tritiya day. So whoever has got the opportunity, please do any dana. It does not mean you only have to do money. Money does not come into picture at all. You can give your time to others. You can give your time to others. You can give your kind words to others. You can wish well. You can give your well-wishing. I mean, you can give your best wishes for others. Everything is a type of dhanam. But whoever has got means, whoever has got opportunity, they can also give, money dhanam. There are a lot of Veda Patashalas are there, lot of Goshalas are there, lot of deserving, very poor people are there. Anyhow, as you deem fit, you can give dhanam on Akshaya Tritiya day. So with this, we will finish today's lecture. We will just chant Kanakadhara Stotram on this day, because Shlokam says, whatever japam that you do on Akshaya Tritiya day, it is going to be Ananta Phalam, right? So we will do one time japam of Kanakadhara Stotram, and then we will finish this class. We will resume our Lalita Sahasranama Stotram from the next class. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Angam Hare Pulakabhushanamashrayanti Bringanganeva Mukulabharanam Tamalam Angīkrita Khila Vibhūtirapāngalīlā Mangalyadastu Mama Mangala Devataya Mugdha Muhurvidadhati Vadane Murare Prematrapa Pranihitani Gata Gatani Mala Drushor Madhukariva Mahotpaleya Same Shriyam Dishatu Sagara Sambhavaya Amilitakshamadhigamya Muda Mukundam Anandakandamanimeshamanangatantram Ake Karasthitakanika Pakshmanetram Bhutyai Bhaven Mama Bhujanga Shayanganaya Bahvantare Madhujita Shrita Kaustubheya आरावलीव हरिनीलमयी विभाति कामप्रदा भगवतोऽपि कटाक्षमाला कल्याणमावहतु मे कमलालयायाः कालाम्बुदालिललितो रसिकैटभारे धाराधरे स्फुरति या तडितङ्गनेव मातुः समस्तजगतां महनीयमूर्तिः भद्राणि मे दिशतु भार्गवनन्दनायाः प्राप्तं पदं प्रथमतः खलु यत्प्रभावात् माङ्गल्यभाजि मधुमाथिनि मन्मथेन मय्यापतेत्तदिह मन्थरमीक्षणार्थं मन्दालसञ्चमकरालय कन्यकायाः विश्वामरेन्द्रपदविभ्रमदानदक्षम् आनन्दहेतुरधिकं मुरविद्विषोऽपि ईशन्निषीदतु मयि क्षणमीक्षणार्थम् इन्दीवरोदरसहोदरमिन्दिरायाः इष्टाविशिष्टमतयोऽपि ययादयार्द्रदृष्ट्या त्रिविष्टपपदं सुलभं लभन्ते दृष्टिः प्रहृष्टकमलोदरदीप्तिरिष्टा पुष्टिं कृषीष्ट मम पुष्करविष्टरायाः दद्याद्दयानुपवनो द्रविणाम्बुधाराम् अस्मिन्न किञ्चन विहङ्गशिशौ विषण्णे दुष्कर्म घर्ममपनीय चिराय दूरम् नारायण प्रणयिनी नयनाम्बुवाः धीर्देवदेति गरुडध्वज सुन्दरीति शाकम्भरीति शशिशेखरवल्लभेति सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयकेलिषु संस्थितायै तस्यै नमस्त्रिभुवनैकगुरोस्तरुण्यै श्रुत्यै नमोऽस्तु शुभकर्मफलप्रसूत्यै रत्यै नमोऽस्तु रमणीयगुणार्णवायै शक्त्यै नमोऽस्तु शतपत्रनिकेतनायै पुष्ट्यै नमोऽस्तु पुरुषोत्तमवल्लभायै नमोऽस्तु नालीकनिभाननायै नमोऽस्तु दुग्धोदधिजन्मभूम्यै नमोऽस्तु सोमामृतसोदरायै नमोऽस्तु नारायणवल्लभायै नमोऽस्तु हेमाम्बुजपीठिकायै नमोऽस्तु भूमण्डलनायिकायै नमोऽस्तु देवादिदयापरायै नमोऽस्तु शार्ङ्गायुधवल्लभायै नमोऽस्तु देव्यै भृगुनन्दनायै नमोऽस्तु विष्णोरुरसिस्थितायै नमोऽस्तु लक्ष्म्यै कमलालयायै नमोऽस्तु दामोदरवल्लभायै नमोऽस्तु कान्त्यै कमलेक्षणायै नमोऽस्तु भूत्यै भुवनप्रसूत्यै नमोऽस्तु देवादिभिरर्चितायै नमोऽस्तु नन्दात्मजवल्लभायै सम्पत्कराणि सकलेन्द्रियनन्दनानि साम्राज्यदानविभवानि सरोरुहाक्षि त्वद्वन्दनानि दुरितोद्धरणोद्यतानि मामेव मातरनिशं कलयन्तु मान्ये यत्कटाक्षसमुपासनाविधिः सेवकस्य सकलार्थसम्पदः सन्तनोति वचनाङ्गमानसैः त्वां मुरारिहृदयेश्वरीं भजे सरसिजनिलये सरोजहस्ते धवलतमां शुकगन्धमाल्यशोभे भगवति हरिवल्लभे मनोज्ञे त्रिभुवनभूतिकरि प्रसीद मह्यं दिग्गस्तिभिः कनककुम्भमुखावसृष्ट स्वर्वाहिनी विमलचारुजलाप्लुताङ्गीं Pratarnamami Jagatam Jananimashesha Lokadhinata Grihinim Amrutabdhiputrim Kamale Kamalakshavallabhetvam Karuna Pura Tarangitairapangaihi Avalokayamam Akinchanana Prathamam Patramakritrimandayaya Devi Prasida Jagadishwari Lokamataha Kalyanagatra Kamalekshana Jivanathe Daritriya Bhiti Hridayam Sharanagatam Maha Alokaya Pratidinam Sadayairapangaihi Stuvantige Stutibhiramu Trayimayim Tribhuvanamatarannama Gunadhika Gurutara Bhagya Bhagino Bhavanti te Bhuvi Buddha Bhavitashaya. Thanks a lot. We'll finish today's session. We will continue with Lalita Sahasranamam from next week. Om Shri